Hello all, I am Praveen Sonawani. You are watching India's most reliable and relevant educational channel where you get best in class study material and video lectures. Do check the links in the description box. Today's topic is how to learn chemistry effectively. I have seen that most of the students, they don't like their chemistry class. They don't understand what is happening during the chemistry lecture. They find it difficult to understand the lectures given by the teacher. What can be the reason? The reason is very simple. In today's class, I am not going to start with any particular chapter of your chemistry textbook. That I will be doing in my forthcoming classes. But today we are going to learn how to learn the chemistry. आज हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं कि chemistry को कैसे पढ़ा जाता है. I have interacted with thousands of students. And I have realized that those students who find it difficult to understand chemistry and to follow the chemistry, the common problem with all those students is that their foundation is very weak. And to revise the foundation before every class is very difficult and next to impossible. So I thought, why not to come out with some kind of solution? I thought whenever next time I come across a student whose foundation of chemistry is weak, so I'll ask that student to see this recorded lecture. In most of the chemistry class, whatever we are going to learn today will be used as a foundation. And teacher take into consideration that students know all these basic facts. So today I am going to talk only about the basic facts of the chemistry. So without wasting time, let's get rid of all the fears, all the inhibitions of chemistry. To learn chemistry effectively, what you need to know is the first 20 elements of the periodic table. From 6th to class 10, you should know first 20 elements and you should know them very well. This lecture is meant for those students who are studying between class 6 to class 10. And if these students know the first 20 elements from a periodic table, they can learn chemistry like a cakewalk. So first, let's have the look at the periodic table. What you see behind me is a periodic table of 118 elements. There are many scientists who have given 20 years, 40 years of their life to develop this periodic table. If you look at this periodic table, there are 118 elements. सबसे पहले तो इतना बड़ा पीरियोडिक टेबल 118 एलिमेंट्स, इनको देखकर ही बच्चों के हाथ पैर ढीले पड़ जाते हैं. सारे एलिमेंट्स को याद रखना, उनके प्रॉपर्टीज को याद रखना बहुत ही मुश्किल काम होता है. आई टोटली एग्री विथ यू कि इतने सारे एलिमेंट्स के इंफॉर्मेशन को याद रखना इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क. इतना बड़ा पीरियोडिक टेबल जिसको बनाने के लिए कई साल गुजर गए, उसको कुछ मिनटों में कैसे पढ़ा जा सकता है? यू आर एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. इफ यू आर अ स्टूडेंट स्टडिंग बिटवीन क्लास 6 to class 10, no need to study all the elements of the periodic table. कई सारे, इन सबको पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आपको क्या पढ़ना है? तो first 20 element starting with hydrogen which is first and last is calcium which is the 20th. So start with first element and end at 20 elements. इन 20 elements की पढ़ाई स्टार्ट होती है 6 स्टैंडर्ड से. बट मैंने देखा है कि 9 स्टैंडर्ड में, इवन 10 स्टैंडर्ड के बच्चों को ये 20 एलिमेंट्स ठीक से पता नहीं होते हैं. तो आज के क्लास में हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं? तो हम ज़्यादा जोर देने वाले हैं फर्स्ट 20 एलिमेंट्स पर. अगर हम फर्स्ट 20 एलिमेंट्स पढ़ लेते हैं तो अपनी नैया पार हो जाएगी. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू लर्न दिस फर्स्ट 20 एलिमेंट्स and also know their electronic configuration and their electronic distribution in the various shells, that is K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell and so on. Now we will see that first element hydrogen has only one electron, so this lone electron will come here. Followed by helium, it has 2 electrons, so mark 2 electrons. Then lithium has 3 electrons, so 1, 2 and 3. Then beryllium has 4 electrons. Maximum capacity of first shell is 2 electrons, so 2 electrons in the first shell and remaining 2 in the second one. Now coming to boron, which has 5 electrons, so 2 in the first and remaining 3 in the second one. Then carbon 6 electron, first shell 2 electrons, second shell 4 electrons. Likewise, you can pause this video and you can fill all the electrons as per their electronic configuration. You have to keep in mind the number of electrons each shell can hold. So here we have first shell or K shell which holds 2 electrons maximum. L shell will hold 8 electrons at the most, and M shell has a capacity to hold 18 electrons, but since it try to obtain octet in the last shell, so that is the reason this first 20 elements will have or will hold maximum 8 electrons in the M shell, and last shell capacity is 32 electrons, but you will see that the last one, that is calcium, first shell, it will hold 2 electrons, second will hold 8 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, then again 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 8. Now you may ask me a question, sir, this calcium has a capacity of holding 18 electron in M shell, but it is holding only 8 electrons. Sir, so the reason is that ki last shell, okay, if you count 2 plus 8 plus 8, it is 18, and calcium has total 20 electrons. So remaining 2 will be in the last shell, so that it will donate 2 electron from its last shell, and its penultimate shell or the second last shell will attain the octet. So to attain the octet, it will always make sure, an atom will always make sure that penultimate or the second last shell will always hold 8 electrons. So from last shell, if 2 electrons or 3 electrons or 1 electron is donated, so its second last shell attains the stability or the octet state. So hydrogen holds 1 electron, helium will hold 2 electrons. So its electronic configuration is 1, electronic configuration is 2. Here third element, lithium, has 3 electrons. So 2 in the first shell and 1 in the second shell. So electronic configuration becomes 2, 1. If we move on to beryllium, 4 electrons. So 2 in the first shell and other 2 in the second shell. So electronic configuration is 2, 2. Now next electronic configuration will be 2, 3. First shell 2 electrons and next shell 3 electrons. Carbon, first shell 2 electrons and next shell will be 4 electrons. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then followed by 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8. Then if you come to sodium, first shell will hold 2 electron, second will hold 8 electron, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last shell will hold only 1 electron. So its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. Then magnesium, again same, 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 electrons in the second shell, and third shell will be 2 electrons. So electronic configuration is 2, 8, 2, followed by 2, 8, 3, 2, 8, 4, 2, 8, 5, 2, 8, 6. Chlorine 2, 8, 7 and argon 2, 8, 8. Now you will see potassium and calcium. They have 4 shells. So its electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 8, 1 and 2, 8, 8, 2. So the arrangement of these electrons are as per the octet rule. Every atom try to attain a stability, and it gets a stability when its last shell have 8 electrons. So you will see that this third shell has a capacity of 18 electrons, but by this arrangement, that is 8 electrons in the penultimate shell, that is the second last shell, and 1 electron in the last shell. So what it will do is it will donate this lone electron from the last shell, and this shell, Second last shell will now become last shell and it will have 8 electrons and the atom will attain the octet state. Same way here, 2, 8, 2. So to learn chemistry effectively, please make sure that you know all these 20 elements and you know the position of that element. If you know the position, electronic configuration is not a big deal. You can write electronic configuration for anything. I will give you a best method to learn these first 20 elements and their position. Because if you know the position, you can write the electronic configuration easily. What you can do is like you can have a competition with your friend. You ask him what is the position of the phosphorus in the periodic table. Maybe he will ask you what is the position of nitrogen in a periodic table. And in the process, you will learn the atomic number of each element properly. I think this is the best way to learn the atomic number of first 20 elements. Now coming to say sulfur, it is a 16th element. So you can easily write its electronic configuration. That is 2, 8, 6. Or aluminium, 13th element. So electronic configuration is 2, 8, 3. So this is the method in which you are going to learn the atomic number of the first 20 elements. It is like a chain reaction. If you know the atomic number, you can write its electronic configuration, and if you know the electronic configuration, you can write its valency. And once you know the valency of first 20 elements, then chemical reaction or writing out a chemical formula will be very easy. So I hope you will play your role properly and you will learn these first 20 elements and their position in the periodic table. So if you know the position, you can write the electronic configuration and you can write its valency also. Now question, what is the valency? So valency is the number of electrons in the valence shell. Valence shell is the last shell. So if you see this first group, all the elements have 1 electron in the last shell. So its valency becomes 1. So valency of hydrogen is 1, valency of lithium is 1, valency of sodium is 1, and valency of potassium is also 1. So all the elements here have a valency 1. Come to group 13. So last shell has 3 electrons, all the elements. So its valency will be 3. So remembering valency is not at all difficult. Say last shell 1 electron means valency 1, last shell 2 electron means valency 2, last shell 3 electrons means valency 3, last shell 4 electron means valency 4. And from group 15, when last shell is 5, when last shell has more than 4 electrons, so valency will be 8 minus the number of electrons in the last shell. So here you have 5 electrons in the last shell. So 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. So when number exceeds 4, valency will be 8 minus the number of electron in the last shell. So group 15, where you have nitrogen and phosphorus with the last shell having 5 electron, your valency will be 8 minus 5, that is 3. Group number is 16. So 8th element is the oxygen. So electronic configuration is 2, 6. Last shell has 6 electrons. So valency is 8 minus 6, which is equal to 2. And here 17th group, let us say 17th element is the chlorine. Electronic configuration is 2, 8, 7. So last shell has more than 4 electrons. So its valency will be 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. So valency is a 1. And 0 group element or the inert gas element, it has a stable configuration. That is, it has last shell 2 electrons or 8 electrons. So its valency is 0. So you can write 0 for the valency. If you know the valency, you can write a correct molecular formula. Also, you can write a correct chemical equation. What are the reactants and what are the products? And you can also easily balance this chemical reaction. So first thing is, remember this. 3 things: atomic number, electronic configuration, and valency. Also, you see that sometimes valency is written with a plus sign or with a minus sign. This plus sign indicates number of electron donated. When your element is a metal, it will donate the electron and your valency will be indicated by a plus sign. And when electrons are accepted, generally non-metals accept the electron, so your valency may be represented by a negative number. Actually, valency does not have a plus or a minus sign. This plus and minus sign only indicate whether the electrons are donated or electrons are accepted. And from plus and minus sign you can also make out whether it is a metal or non-metal. Metals donate the electron, so its valency is indicated by the positive sign, and non-metal accept the electron and its valency is indicated by the minus sign. So most of the time this theory is going to help you. I'll share this PDF, you can take out a printout and you can practice with first 20 elements of the periodic table. So for one last time we will see this periodic table. If you see this cross, so these are the groups which are not included in our syllabus. So we will start with group 1 and this is group 2, and group 3 to group 12 are transition element and they are not a part of our syllabus. So directly after 2 we will skip to 13, then group 14, group 15, group 16, group 17 and group 18. My first element, you can write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. 20th element is calcium, first element is hydrogen, second element is helium. Hey, hello, hydrogen, helium. Third element is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Potassium, calcium. So first 20 elements. Hey, hello or hi, hello. Listen BBC News on Friday night. Naughty Mowgli always sing pop song composed by Arijit Singh. Kakka. Last word is kakka. Very interesting word. So the numbers or the roll numbers which we have given them is their atomic number. Let us start with nitrogen. Its atomic number is 7. So electronic configuration will be first shell 2 electrons and remaining 5 electrons in the second shell. Likewise silicon 14, first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electrons. 2 plus 8 is 10 and remaining 4 in the last shell. Chlorine 17, first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electron and last shell 7 electrons. Neon atomic number is 10, means 10 electrons. First shell 2 electrons and second shell 8 electron. Likewise you have to fill this table with its atomic number of the elements, its electronic configuration and valency, and that's it. डर के आगे जीत है. So try and learn these 20 elements, its atomic number, its electronic configuration and its valency. See how effectively I can teach you chemistry. Chemistry will be one of your favorite subjects, but डर के आगे जीत है. First 2 elements, hydrogen, helium, hydrogen, helium, hi, hello, hi, hello. Next 8 elements, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Listen BBC News on Friday night. Listen BBC News on Friday night. Here comes the third period of the periodic table. Naughty Mowgli always sings pop songs claimed by Arijit Singh. Naughty Mowgli always sings pop song composed by Arijit Singh. sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Here comes the last two, kakka, potassium, calcium, potassium, calcium. Now most of the time students are confused when they write the name of the compounds when two elements are involved. There are various suffixes and prefixes. There are various suffixes and prefixes like ide, ite, us, ik. Students are damn confused ki when to use which suffix and when to use which prefix. So don't worry at all. We are going to learn it in the easiest possible way. Always remember that when you have a compound whose one element is metal and another element is non-metal, in that case what you do is you will write the name of the metal as it is, no change in that, but you will add the suffix ide to the non-metal. We will learn this by an example. NaCl, Na is what? Sodium. So sodium you are going to write as it is, and Cl is chlorine. We are going to use this suffix ide. So this becomes sodium chloride. So same rule apply here as well. Potassium, K as it is, and iodine will be written as iodide. For iodine we have used a suffix ide. This is true for all the other elements like silver chloride, magnesium sulfide, aluminium nitride. Remember this rule and it will be easy for you to remember the names of this compound. After learning the method in which name of a compound is written, in which one is metal and another one is non-metal, we are going to move on to the radical. Now radical is made up of two non-metals. Yes, please concentrate. Earlier we saw one metal and one non-metal, but in case of radicals both are non-metals. When non-metal combined with non-metal, so rule of combination of non-metal with non-metal is totally different. Radical is a group of two non-metals, but they behave like a singular unit and they have a valency. Now look at this. We have only one positive radical in our syllabus, that is ammonium. Now you can concentrate ki ammonium is made up of nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen is a non-metal and hydrogen is also a non-metal. So we all know ammonia. Formula of ammonia is NH3. For NH3 there is no charge or charge is 0. But in case of ammonium, one more hydrogen, when it is added, it has a charge. We will study the entire mechanism, how it gets this charge, but that we will study later on in some other class. So ammonium is only radical which has a positive charge. Now we have 5 radicals. Yes, 5 radicals which has a negative charge. So list is in front of you. Ki monovalent. So OH has valency -1. Nitrate NO3 has valency again -1. So with valency -1 we have hydroxyl ion and nitrate ion, OH minus and NO3 minus. And a radical having valency -2 is SO4 and CO3, that is sulfate and carbonate. Both of them have valency -2, and only one radical in our syllabus we have which has a valency -3, and that is the phosphate. So after learning the valency of first 20 elements of the periodic table, these are 6 radicals whose valency also you have to remember. First is ammonium with valency +1, and then we have this 5 radicals which has a negative valency. डर के आगे जीत है. तो आज का क्लास जो है इसमें जो भी मैं बातें बताने वाला हूँ उसको आप लोगों को बाय हार्ट कर लेना है, रट लेना है. इसी को मैं कहता हूँ डर के आगे जीत है. अगर ये सारी चीज़ें आपको बाय हार्ट हो जाएगी, याद हो जाएगी, तो केमिस्ट्री विल बी अ केक वॉक. ओ माय गॉड, ये क्या सर एक के बाद एक डरावने टेबल लेकर आ रहे हैं. यस, डर के आगे जीत है. सो लुक एट दिस टेबल. This contain transition element. That is, most of the elements here belong to group 3 to group 12. वो वाला पार्ट जो हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है. तो इसमें के कुछ एलिमेंट है, दे आर इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर अस, क्योंकि ये एलिमेंट यहाँ वह हमारे क्वेश्चन में बार बार आते हैं। इनका वेरिएबल वैलेंसी होता है। वेरिएबल वैलेंसी यानी 1 से ज़्यादा वैलेंसी, इनके दो दो वैलेंसी होते हैं। अब अगर आप मुझसे रीज़न पूछेंगे कि सर वाई मोर देन 1 वैलेंसी, बिकॉज दीज आर ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट और इनके लास्ट दो शेल जो होते हैं वो इनकम्प्लीटली फिल्ड होते हैं। सर व्हाट इज द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, हाउ आर इलेक्ट्रॉन डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड इन द वेरियस शेल ऑफ दिस एलिमेंट, तो राइट नाउ वो जानने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि और बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपको पढ़नी है इससे पहले कि आप समझ ले। फॉर अ टाइम बिंग इफ़ यू आर स्टडिंग इन 9th and 10th स्टैंडर्ड, तो आपको इनका वैलेंसी याद करके रखना है, इनका वेरिएबल वैलेंसी। तो सबसे पहले हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे ये कुछ एलिमेंट, ये पहले 3 एलिमेंट जिनका वेरिएबल वैलेंसी है 1 और 2, और सारे के सारे मेटल्स है, तो सबका वैलेंसी पॉजिटिव ही होने वाला है। सो 1 और 2 किसका वैलेंसी है, तो कॉपर, मरकुरी, सिल्वर, कॉपर Cu, मरकुरी Hg एंड सिल्वर Ag। तो वेरिएबल वैलेंसी 2 and 3, तो ऐसा एक ही एलिमेंट है, वो है आयन, और बाकी सारे जो भी है Pb, Sn, Mn, Pt, इनका वैलेंसी है 2 and 3। तो इसको याद कैसे रखेंगे, वैलेंसी 1 और 2, कॉपर, मरकुरी, सिल्वर, कॉपर, मरकुरी, सिल्वर, वैलेंसी 1 and 2, वैलेंसी 1 and 3, गोल्ड, Au, वैलेंसी 1 and 3, वैलेंसी 2 and 3, एक ही एलिमेंट है, दैट इज आयन, Fe, और बाकी सारे जितने भी है Pb, Sn, Mn, Pt, इनका वैलेंसी होता है +2 and +4। हाँ मैं जानता हूँ ये डिफ़िकल्ट है एक दिन में इन सबको याद रखना, बट डोंट वरी एट ऑल, रिवाइज दिस ऑन डेली बेसिस, टेक योर ओन स्वीट टाइम ले लो, 1 हफ्ता, 10 दिन, 15 दिन, 1 महीना, लेकिन इसको करना ज़रूर। अब आगे बढ़ते हैं एसिड्स के तरफ। एसिड्स के नाम, सर एसिड्स के नाम को कैसे याद रखें, बहुत सिंपल होता है। देयर आर 2 टाइप्स ऑफ एसिड, हाइड्रा एसिड एंड ऑक्सा एसिड। अगर एसिड है तो हाइड्रोजन होना ही होना है, देयर कैन नॉट बी एनी एसिड विदाउट हाइड्रोजन। तो सिर्फ अगर हाइड्रोजन है तो उसे कहा जाएगा हाइड्रा एसिड। एज इन केस ऑफ HCl, इट हैज़ हाइड्रोजन ओनली, but you will see that most of the acids along with hydrogen have oxygen also. So when it has oxygen, तो it is oxa acid. Hydra acid means सिर्फ हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सी एसिड मीन्स हाइड्रोजन के साथ में ऑक्सीजन। सो हाइड्रा एसिड का एग्जाम्पल है HCl, और बाकी सारे सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड हाइड्रोजन भी है ऑक्सीजन भी है, नाइट्रिक एसिड हाइड्रोजन भी है ऑक्सीजन भी है, कार्बोनिक एसिड हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन, फॉस्फोरिक एसिड हाइड्रोजन ऑक्सीजन, एसिटिक एसिड दिस ऑल्सो हैव हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन। अब नाम कैसा होता है, ये सिंपल है, हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, एसिड है तो हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, और ये हाइड्रोजन और ऑक्सीजन के साथ में सल्फर है तो सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड। एसिड हैज हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन, दैट इज फॉर श्योर, तो सल्फर आया इसलिए सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, नाइट्रोजन आया तो नाइट्रिक एसिड, कार्बन आया तो कार्बोनिक एसिड, फॉस्फर आया तो फॉस्फोरिक एसिड। along with hydrogen you have this radicals। पता है पिछले स्लाइड में हम लोगों ने रेडिकल्स देखे थे, SO4 2-, कार्बोनेट CO3 2-, फॉस्फेट इसका वैलेंसी 3 था, और ये जो नंबर है ये वैलेंसी जो है क्रिस क्रॉस मेथड से, ओके, सल्फेट का वैलेंसी 2 तो यहाँ आ गया, हाइड्रोजन का वैलेंसी 1 है तो कुछ नहीं लिखा, 1 भी इग्नोर। देन हाइड्रोजन एंड नाइट्रेट, नाइट्रेट का वैलेंसी 1, हाइड्रोजन का वैलेंसी 1, तो नो क्रिस क्रॉस मेथड। बट फॉर अ टाइम बिंग लेट अस नॉट कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द क्रिस क्रॉस मेथड, क्रिस क्रॉस मेथड आगे चलकर पढ़ेंगे। पहले तो बेस बनाते हैं और आगे चलकर इसको इस वैलेंसी से जोड़कर एकदम हमारा बेस जो है हम पक्का करने वाले हैं। नाउ हैव अ लुक एट दिस डायटोमिक मॉलिक्यूल्स। नाउ इफ वी सी दिस डायटोमिक मॉलिक्यूल्स, इनको याद कैसे रख सकते हैं, तो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस वर्ड दैट इज ऑनेस्ट। ऑनेस्ट एंड फर्स्ट क्लास बिरयानी आई एट। अगर आप ये देखेंगे तो ये सारे एलिमेंट जो है नेचर में कभी सिंगल नहीं होते, दे आर हाईली अनस्टेबल। इसमें से किसी एक को लिखना है तो वी राइट इट इन अ बॉक्स ब्रैकेट। बॉक्स ब्रैकेट मीन्स इट इज हाईली अनस्टेबल। सो व्हाट विल हैपन, दिस हाइड्रोजन विल रिएक्ट विद अनदर हाइड्रोजन। बॉक्स लिखा मतलब नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन, ये हाइड्रोजन बहुत थोड़े देर के लिए होगा, तुरंत ये दूसरे हाइड्रोजन को पकड़कर, अनस्टेबल हाइड्रोजन को पकड़कर अपने आप को स्टेबल कर लेगा। सो हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन, नाइट्रोजन, फ्लोरीन, क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन, these are 7 elements of the periodic table which are diatomic, means they are always in a pair. You will find hydrogen as H2, oxygen as O2, nitrogen as N2, fluorine as F2, chlorine as Cl2, bromine as Br2 and iodine as I2। तो याद कैसे रखेंगे इसको, ऑनेस्ट, उससे मिलेगा आपको हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन एंड नाइट्रोजन। एंड फर्स्ट क्लास बिरयानी I8, फ्लोरीन, क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन, F2, Br2, Cl2 and I2। सो दीज एलिमेंट्स आर डायएटमिक। एक एलिमेंट होता है सिर्फ ट्राइएटमिक, वो होता है ऑक्सीजन। तो ये भी याद रख सकते हैं आप लोग, O3। बट दिस O3 इज कॉल्ड ओजन। तो हमारी ओजन लेयर है जो हमको अल्ट्रा वायलेट रेस से प्रोटेक्ट करती है, दैट इज O3। सर आप एक के बाद एक बड़े बड़े बॉम्ब डाल रहे हैं, सर बच्चे की जान लोगे क्या? मेरा जवाब है डर के आगे जीत है, बस और नहीं। ये आखिरी स्लाइड, लुक एट दिस स्लाइड, ये सारे स्लाइड का जो है बाप है। यू कैन रेफर टू दिस स्लाइड्स and here what you see is name of certain salts which has water of crystallization। हमारा रॉक सॉल्ट, सोडियम क्लोराइड और अ टेबल सॉल्ट, या ये नमक जो हम लोग रोज खाते हैं, रोज किचन में यूज़ करते हैं। फॉलोड बाय जिप्सम CaSO4, कैल्शियम सल्फेट विथ 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ वाटर। तो इसके साथ में अगर आप देखोगे ब्लू विट्रियोल, कॉपर सल्फेट विथ 5 वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स, तो इसको इसके वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स के साथ में एग्जैक्टली आपको याद रखना है। सर दिस इज वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट, सो यस आई विल लीव यू विद दिस सॉल्ट्स। ये हमारा आज का आखिरी स्लाइड था, इसको याद करना। और ये मेरा वादा है आप लोगों से, आई प्रॉमिस यू कि वॉट एवर आई हैव टोल्ड यू टुडे, इफ़ यू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग्स, इफ़ यू बाय हार्ट दिस थिंग, अगर आप ये सारी चीज़ें रट लोगे, यस बिल्कुल तोते की तरह, if you know this like a back of your hand, I promise learning chemistry will be very very easy and it will be very delightful and a joyous job। So whatever I have told you in today's class, बस इतना ही याद रखो, यही डर है और इसके आगे बस जीत ही जीत है। But don't keep these things for yourself। आप मेक श्योर करो कि ये वीडियो आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्प्रेड करेंगे ताकि आपके सारे फ्रेंड्स भी केमिस्ट्री पढ़ सके और उनको भी केमिस्ट्री इजी लगे। ऑल्सो प्लीज़ डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल। इसके बाद मैं चैप्टर नंबर 1, चैप्टर नंबर 2 ऐसे करते करते सारा का सारा सिलेबस कवर करने वाला हूँ यूट्यूब पर। इसलिए जब मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो अपलोड करूंगा तो तुरंत आपको उसका नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाएगा, अगर आप चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करने के साथ में वो घंटी भी, नोटिफिकेशन बेल को भी हिट करेंगे। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच, सी यू ऑल in my next lecture which will be chemistry chapter number 1 of your textbook।